Good morning, all of you. Today, now we are going to discuss about the vertical circular motion. That is, in last part, we have discussed about what is the different basic terms in circular motion. Also, we have discussed about the what is the banking of road, why the banking of road is necessary. We have discussed about the conical pendulum. Now next, here we are going to discuss about the vertical circular motion. So what is the vertical circular motion? That is, vertical circular motion is nothing but motion of any body along the circumference of circle in vertical plane. That is, for example, suppose here we consider a heavy mass and it is tied to string and it is revolved in a vertical plane, then this type of motion is considered as vertical circular motion. That is, during this vertical circular motion, that is the magnitude of velocity goes on changing. For example, here we consider the examples of this vertical circular motion. That is a motion of stone tied to string and revolved in vertical plane. Another example here we consider an aeroplane making a loop and loop in space in vertical plane. So these are the some examples of this vertical circular motion. Now this motion, along this vertical circular motion, when this particle or when this body is moving from bottom to top position, at that time the magnitude of this velocity goes on decreasing, because when particle or that body moves from bottom to top position, that motion is opposite to direction of gravity. So velocity of this particle goes on decreasing. At top position, the velocity of that particle becomes minimum. And again, when that particle moves from top to bottom position, then velocity of this particle goes on increasing. That is, the velocity of this particle is a maximum at bottom position. Because during this motion of particle from top to bottom, this motion is in the same direction of Earth's gravity, and so that the magnitude of velocity increases. So it is found that whenever this particle is moving in a vertical circular path, then magnitude of velocity changes. And as the magnitude of velocity changes, that means centripetal acceleration also changes. Magnitude of centripetal force also changes, because the formula for centripetal acceleration is v square upon r. So if the velocity changes, that means magnitude of centripetal acceleration changes, magnitude of centripetal force also changes. Tension within the string is also different at different points, and so that this vertical circular motion is considered as non-uniform circular motion. That is, we have studied what is the uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, magnitude of linear velocity or angular velocity always remains constant. But in case of vertical circular motion, here we see that the magnitude of velocity is different at different points. Direction is always tangential at any point, but magnitude is also changing at different points. And so that this vertical circular motion is non-uniform circular motion. Now next here, we find the tension within the string. That is, when the particle is performing a vertical circular path or vertical circular motion, then what is the tension within the string? That is, generally we know that if the stone is tied to string and if it is revolved in a vertical circle, then that stone appears to be lighter at top position, and that stone appears to be heavier at the bottom position. And that is due to difference, that is due to different tension within the string at different position. So here we first find at any point what is the tension within the string. So for that, again here we consider a particle which is tied to the string, or any heavy mass which is tied to the string, and that heavy mass is revolving in a vertical circular motion. So here first we find at any point P what is the tension within the string. So see in this figure, that is that point P is at an angle theta from the bottom position A. That is in figure we see that A is the lowest position or bottom position of this particle, B is the midway position of that particle, C represents the top position of that particle. So at any point P, which makes an angle theta with this bottom position A, what is the tension within the string at point P? So for that, here we consider that is the forces acting on this particle at point P. So here we see that the weight mg is acting in downward direction, passing through the center of gravity. That is, weight is always acting in downward direction, and that is indicated by this green arrow. Also, tension within the string is directed toward the center of this circle, because we know that whenever any particle is tied to the string and revolved in a vertical or horizontal circle, then necessary centripetal force is provided by tension within the string. That is, tension is a one kind of force, and that is due to molecular attraction between that string, and that tension is always directed toward the center of circle. That is, here in figure, red arrow indicates the tension within the string, and that is directed toward the center of circle. Now here we resolve this weight or mg into two components. That is, here this adjacent component, here we consider mg cos theta, and another component is the mg sin theta. So here we consider the resultant vector of this t and mg cos theta is given by, that is, here we know that the tension provides the necessary centripetal force, but component of this mg cos theta is in the opposite direction of this tension, and so that the resultant force acting toward the center of this circle, that is nothing but the centripetal force, and that centripetal force is equal to, here we write, centripetal force m vp square upon r is equal to Tp minus mg cos theta, where Vp means velocity of this particle at any point P, while Tp indicates the tension within the string at any point P. So centripetal force is equal to, here we get Tp minus mg cos theta. Why we take here negative sign? Because both the vectors are in opposite direction. So here we get centripetal force, net force acting on this particle toward the center, that is centripetal force, is equal to tension minus mg cos theta. So tension at point P, at any point P, is given by this formula mvp square upon r plus mg cos theta. Now this is the formula. By using this formula, we can calculate the tension within the string at any point P. So here first we consider at which point the tension is a maximum and at which point the tension is a minimum. So here we consider the tension is a maximum where this cos theta is maximum. So what is the maximum value of this cos theta? Maximum value of this cos theta is a plus 1. So when we get this cos theta is equal to plus 1, if theta is equal to 0 degree. So here we consider when theta is equal to 0, when we consider at that time particle is at a lowest position or at a bottom position. So when this particle is at a bottom position or at a lowest position, at that time theta is equal to 0 degree. And when theta is equal to 0 degree, cos 0 is equal to 1. So tension at bottom point within the string is equal to, here we get centripetal force plus weight of that particle along with the string. So at bottom position, as this tension within this string is equal to weight of this particle plus centripetal force, so at the bottom position, tension is maximum. And whenever this stone tied to the string, it is revolved in a vertical circle, it appears to be heavier at the bottom position, and that is due to maximum tension at the bottom position. Now next here we consider at midway position. What is the tension within the string? That is at midway position when this particle is at a point B. At midway position, at that time angle made by this particle with this horizontal position is equal to 90 degree. And we know that cos 90 is equal to 0. So at this midway position, at B or D point, at midway position, if theta is equal to 90 or 270 degree, tension within this string is equal to centripetal force. That is mv square upon r. While the tension is a minimum, at which point this tension is a minimum? That is, the tension is a minimum if cos theta is a minimum. So what is the minimum value of this cos theta? Not 0, but minus 1. Minus 1 is the minimum value of this cos theta. So when we get a minus 1 value, when this theta is equal to 180 degree or pi radian. So cos pi or cos 180 degree is equal to, we get a minus 1. So when this theta is equal to 180 degree, at that time this particle reaches to this top position at point C. And so that at the top position at point C, when this particle reaches to this top point, angle made by it is equal to 180 degree. So cos 180 is equal to minus 1. So here we write tension within the string is equal to centripetal force minus weight of that particle. That is, at the top position, tension within the string is equal to centripetal force minus weight of that particle. And so that at the top position, the string appears to be lighter. That is, that particle along with the string appears to be lighter because the tension at the top position is minimum. That is, this is about the tension within the string. That is, from this three formula, here we conclude that at the top position, the tension within the string is always minimum, while at bottom position, the tension within the string is always maximum, and at other point, it lies in between them. But tension within the string, magnitude of this tension within the string is different at a different position. And so that from this also we conclude that this vertical circular motion is non-uniform circular motion. Now, next here we find what are the velocities at different position in vertical circular motion. That is, what should be the speed of this particle at top position, at bottom position, at midway position, so that that particle completes a vertical circular path. That is, for example, suppose here we consider aeroplane in space is making a loop by loop. So what should be the speed of that aeroplane at bottom position, at top position, so that it complete a vertical circular path? So for that, next here we find what should be the velocity at different position in vertical circular motion. So here we consider a stone tied to the string, and suppose it is revolved in a vertical circular path. Now here VA represent the velocity of this particle at bottom position. VB represents velocity of this particle at midway position, while VC represent the velocity of this particle at top position. So in last slide we have studied that is at the top position tension within the string is the minimum. So what should be the tension at the top position? That is, the string does not get slack. For that condition, the minimum tension at the top position should be greater than or equal to 0. That is, in order to complete the vertical circular path, and also that string does not get slack. It remains tight and complete the vertical circular path. For this condition, the tension at the top position should be greater than or equal to 0. So here we consider the minimum tension at the top position should be equal to 0. That is, if the tension at the top position is less than 0, at that time that particle does not complete vertical circular path. If the tension is less than 0 at top position, then that string gets slack. It does not remain tight, and that heavy mass attached to that string fall back on the earth surface or fall back towards the ground surface without completing vertical circular path. So at top position, the tension within the string should be minimum, and that is equal to 0. So if we keep the value of that tension at top position, that is equal to 0 within this equation, that is at top position, we know that the tension within the string is given by this formula centripetal force mvc square upon r minus mg. So at top position, the tension within the string must be greater than or equal to 0. So here we take tension is equal to 0. If we take a tension equal to 0, then here we get the velocity at top position equal to square root gr. That is the velocity, that is the minimum velocity at top position is equal to, here we get the expression square root gr. That is, whenever any particle is performing vertical circular motion, the velocity of this particle at top position should be greater than this speed or equal to this speed, but does not less than this speed. That is, if the velocity of this particle at top position is less than this speed square root gr, then this particle does not complete vertical circular path. So speed of this particle at top position should be equal to or greater than square root gr. Now next here we find the what should be the velocity at midway position, and that can be found from this expression, that is the Vb square is equal to Vc square plus twice gr. That is, here we take according to law of conservation of energy. So from law of conservation of energy, here we find the speed of this particle at midway position should be greater than or equal to square root thrice gr. While velocity at bottom position, that is at bottom position, by again we use the law of conservation of energy, and from that law of conservation of energy, that is energy at total energy at point A is equal to total energy at point C. That is that total energy is nothing but sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So here we consider the velocity at top position, and that is equal to square root of 5gr. So from these three expressions also, here we conclude that the speed of this particle is also different at different position. That is, the speed of this particle is a maximum at bottom position, that is greater than or equal to square root 5gr. That speed of particle is a minimum at top position, that is given by square root gr. While at midway position, it is given by square root thrice gr. That is, the magnitude of velocity is different at different position, and so that this motion is, again here we conclude that it is a non-uniform circular motion. Now next, here we find that is the energies at different position in vertical circular motion. That is, whenever this particle is performing a vertical circular motion, that is what is the energy at different position when this particle is performing a vertical circular path. That is, we know that whenever this particle is moving in a vertical circular path, velocity is maximum at bottom position, or velocity is minimum at top position. So here we say that as velocity is minimum at top position, that means kinetic energy is minimum at top position. But it lies at a certain height from bottom position, so it possesses maximum potential energy. So at top position, potential energy is maximum and kinetic energy is minimum. While at bottom position, this bottom position is considered as a reference point, horizontal position. So at bottom position, potential energy is 0, while kinetic energy is maximum as velocity is maximum. So along this circular path, there is a variation in kinetic energy and potential energy. So here first we find what is the total energy of this particle at different position. So first here we consider what is the total energy at the bottom position. So here we consider at the bottom position, potential energy is 0 because the height is measured from this bottom position and that is the reference point. So there is no any height, so potential energy is 0 because formula for potential energy is mgh. Height is 0, so potential energy is 0, while kinetic energy is given by mva square upon r. Now the speed of this particle at bottom position is square root 5 gr. So if we keep that value, then here we get the formula for energy, that is 5 upon 2 mgr. This is the total energy at bottom position. Now next here we consider at midway position, what is the total energy. So at midway position, total energy is nothing but it is the sum of kinetic energy mvb square upon 2 plus potential energy mgh. Now here height is equal to, that is this B point lies at a height equal to radius of this circle. So here we put this h is equal to r. So we get here potential energy is equal to mgr. And if we keep the velocity of this particle at midway position, that is equal to square root thrice gr. Then again here we get the total energy at midway position, that is equal to again 5/2 mgr. Now next here we consider at top position. Total energy is nothing but it is the kinetic energy plus potential energy. Now here we know that at top position this particle is at a height about equal to 2 times radius of this circle. So potential energy is twice mgr and kinetic energy is mvc square upon 2, where velocity at point C or at top point is given by square root gr. So here we consider the total energy is given by 5/2 mgr. So if we observe these three equations, then here we conclude that is the total energy at top position is 5/2 mgr. At the bottom position, it is also equal to 5/2 mgr. At midway position, at B or D point, it is also equal to 5/2 mgr. So from these three equations here, we conclude that the total energy along with this vertical circular path at any point is always constant or is always remains constant. That is the kinetic energy, potential energy is different at different position, but total energy of this particle performing this vertical circular motion is always constant. So this is about the energies at the different position along a vertical circular path. Now remaining part we will discuss tomorrow.